All right. Test, test, test. Looks like everything is working fine. Good evening, everyone. Or good morning, or good afternoon, wherever you are. I see we have a few viewers who tuned in already. Welcome to the stream. We are on the second day of World 79. And yeah, we're making good progress. I'm basically maximizing my resources right now. We always take like 2 days for farming, and then we start grabbing keeps. I already saw that our tilers have reached most of the keeps we will take in the first few days, so shout outs to them. I saw Pinky did a good job. Val and a few others as well, so you know, nice work, guys. And yeah, I think tomorrow we can start knocking out some keeps. There's no stress, but it's always nice to have some objective in the evening, you know, complete the stuff, and yeah, move towards the PvP stage of the server, right? That's why most people are playing this game, is because they want to have PvP. We are doing well on resources right now. I do have to do the stronghold upgrade, which is 126,000 wood, so I need 20,000 more. In the market you can only get 10,000 steps right now, right? So I do not need that much grain, so I am okay with trading this. Actually get 6,000, okay. So let us trade this quickly, and this should be enough now. And it means we can move on to the next chapter, I think. So that's very good. We finished the stronghold tier 6. We still have the encounters, sure. That's fine, yes, no problem there. Let's skip the story again, like always. So we have to do a couple of the mobs. I'm just gonna finish up the level 8 tile that I've been pathing to. As you can see, I opened up the crossing today, so no one helped me, but it was fine. I opened up this crossing because I was running out of tiles. And I will probably relocate very soon. I'm just waiting for my tilers to reach somewhere around here, most likely. And then I will relocate there, grab a couple more level 8 and level 9 tiles, which are pretty rare in my starting region. So yeah, that's the plan. But first we finish up this area. We're not done quite yet. We have a couple more tiles to take here. Here is the level 8 that I've been pathing to now. Took quite a while. I like to path with 3 dragons, by the way. I don't think it's necessary to just use one, because I'm basically not running out of stamina like this. Like, you know, you can switch around between 7 teams, I think it is in total, which is definitely plenty. So that's fine. Okay, this is a 2-minute march, so we can do this now. We are already dropping some tiles. The level 9 tiles are still relatively tough, honestly. If we take a look here, that's one report I wasn't too happy with. I do think, I mean, we got a little bit unlucky because Sivon is always very annoying to face, right? But in general, the level 8s are too easy, as you can see here. So, yeah, you just have to accept a few losses. I mean, honestly, this is fine. Like, we are... How many levels are we down? We are 7 levels down. I've basically not upgraded any of the PvE buildings sufficiently yet, right? So, I would say this is a good result. Got a bit unlucky on the Caraxes as well. He normally gets 4 to 5 procs quite easily, right? So yeah, and probably this also hit us and reduced the physical damage a little bit, right? So yeah, but I mean this is fine. I think this is a good result. I'm quite happy with this. I think those are the only 9s I found today. So yeah. Nothing too special, just farming the low level tiles, looking for the advantages, right? Yeah. The troop losses have been quite low, so that's good. So yeah, I'm quite happy with the progress. We will finish this chapter now. We will sweep the 5 level 20 encounters. And then I'll have to see. I might relocate here just because there are a bunch of level 7 tiles still. And level 5s that I can swap out. There are some dragons here, right? Like this area is a bit unexplored. There's not many of us here yet. There are a few level 9s sprinkled in here and there. But in general, I think last season there were more higher level tiles closer to my base, so... I realized I didn't switch the screen yet. Oops. There we go. So yeah, I think there are less resource tiles than last season, basically, which is a bit weird. But maybe it depends, like, on the specific area you spawn in, because I spawned like relatively close to the capital. No. I don't know. When I spawned in the north, I had a lot more level 8 and level 9 tiles available. But I mean, it's okay. There's plenty of tiles available here. You just have to tile there, right? So it's whatever. And like I said, there's a bunch of crossings and stuff, right? I opened one up today, which was nice. You can do these level 1 crossings quite easily, so it's not a big deal. The level 3 ones, we were already connected to the other side anyway because someone spawned there, but these ones are a little bit tougher, and it's not worth to do this unless there's no one on the other side, right? So stick with the level 1 crossings for now. Yeah, I will show the level 9 tile again because I realized that I hadn't switched my screen before, so this was a rough one, I would say. If you run into Sivon, it's always a little bit annoying, right? Not a lot you can do about it. The level 8s are quite easy, and I mean, this is okay. Like I said, I ran into Sivon again here, but I think this is like a decent report. We got a little bit unlucky as well, because the Caraxes only procced 3 times instead of 4 to 5 times. And this reduced our damage, right? The Feskar habit. So I'm okay with this report. I think it's decent. Yeah, and like I said, I've just been tiling to unexplored areas, taking tiles along the way. Really, nothing super special. I will actually cancel this, and we will finish the mobs with the Vega team that we need. And let's take a peek here if there are a couple more 8 to 9 tiles, right? So here's a level 9, cool. Let's start heading over there. We can start dropping the food level 4s. There we go. Beautiful. And I might actually just relocate here. Why not? It's not a far relocation, obviously, but it does reduce the marching times a lot, and I don't always have time to tile everywhere I want to and switch out the armies and stuff like this, so of course it's advantageous if you're closer to the tiles, right? So that's what I'm gonna do. There's a couple of level 8s here as well, so we will just relocate here. I'll tile to this level 9. Let's do that. There we go. Beautiful. What's up, guys? What's up, guys? Good to see you in the stream. I hope you're all doing well. Let's just reinforce these guys as well. We can do this now. And yeah, actually we can build some more stuff if we want to. I think, what are we going to do next? Dragon's army is always nice. I think I'm just gonna upgrade the resource stuff. The lumber mill is a bit low, and the foundry as well. I think this is fine. Yes. This seems good, and we hire a couple more troops. We don't need quite that many. And yeah. So looks good. I definitely noticed that we are a lot faster than last season because of the 3rd construction queue, right? You definitely progress faster. I mean, it's the 2nd day now, and I'm on chapter 11 is basically done, right? I think last season this was a bit slower, for sure, unless you spent gold to speed up the buildings and stuff, which I did not do. So yeah, again, I'm personally not a big fan of the third construction queue, but yeah, it definitely helps to progress a bit faster than in the previous seasons. And later on, once you have like maximized resources, you can get these necessary PvP upgrades done faster as well, right? So it's a positive for sure. Good. So let's quickly sweep the mobs we need with the Vega team. I will only do level 20 and upwards, of course. I think I saw a wild dragon down here somewhere. Maybe a bit further south even. Here it is. Yeah. Yeah, sometimes you're just faster with the manual searching than with the search function. Yeah, it's a bit weird. But yeah, we will farm these wild dragons quickly. We get some breed marks and some resources. We finish the chapter and then we get some more tiles. We can tile a bit faster, right? And yeah, so progress is good, no complaints. I hope you guys are also farming well, wherever, on whichever server you are. And yeah, I actually got asked like why I run this is my main team. Like, why do I forego the 20% boost on my Caraxes, right? And it's because I just think like this is the best team that I can make. And I don't think the 20% boost is very important, in my opinion. I think you should just play a dragon that does a lot of damage in that slot. And for me, that is Caraxes. Yeah, so if I put a ranged guy here, like Tashix or I don't know, like Daimoros, whatever, they just don't do enough damage for my taste. I have the taunt here, I have the support / damage, so in my third slot I really just need a dragon that does a lot of damage, and Caraxes rarely disappoints me. I mean, you can see that without the 20% boost, he still did the most damage here, right? So it doesn't really matter. And what I also like to do is I like to adjust my troops so that they are a counter, right? I don't do this all the time because I will only do it if it's either ranged or horses for this army, right? So if this was a shield bearer army, I would switch to horses, then my Caraxes get the boost, these two don't. And if it's spears, then I use the ranged, and if it's anything else but shield bearers, I also use the ranged, right? And this works really good, like I said. So I don't think the 20% boost is particularly important for this army to work well. And it's the same for my second army and my third army, right? This was just a happy coincidence that I was able to fit the spears here, but if we look at my Malachite army, which should be somewhere here, right? You don't really need the boost on every dragon. Like, you should just play the dragons which synergize well with each other and which fulfill the roles that you need them to fulfill, right? For example, here, my Tashix has the most damage, right? And that's exactly what the Tashix is supposed to do in this army, do a lot of damage. The other two dragons, they are reducing the damage, they are healing. So for my third dragon, I just want the high damage dealers, and there aren't that many high damage dealers yet, so Tashix is a good fit, right? That's kind of the reasoning and the arguments I use when I structure my armies, and yeah, it works well, like I said. I haven't even brought out the Venator team today yet, but again, similar reasoning applies here, right? So I think this is much more important than just fitting a troop type, because the 20%, like I said, they are less important than people think they are. And I saw this in PvP as well last season, so play the dragons that you like and that you can make a good army with, and don't worry too much about the stat boost. That would be my suggestion. Okay, this was good, very clean. Obviously, with these guys, we could already be doing like level 40 mobs, I suppose, but you are restricted, right? It's only a maximum encounter level of 30 right now. In the next stage, it's 35. And then it's 40. So I just do this quickly with the resolve to finish the chapter quests, right? Quite simple. Okay, let's do this one next. I just need to wait for my Veigar to be back in the base. And yeah, we're level 26. One thing I noticed, a lot of the players who do well at the start, they buy the chicken or the meat with gold, right? And they feed it to the dragons immediately, and then they can start at like level 25, which I'm not a fan of this. I think this is kind of bad for a strategy game that you can buy meat at the start and immediately like have a massive advantage. I don't think that's very good. But I mean, it's the smart thing to do right now. So if you are a spender and you want to do well at the start of the season, then you will do that, right? But this is something that they definitely need to look at. I also don't like this, the resource store, right? If we take a look here, where is it? I think it's here. The general store, you can buy resources for money. Again, I'm not a fan of this. I don't think this should be a part of a strategy game. And I don't, like I said, the whales and the krakens, they already have big advantages in this game because they start with larger army sizes, they start with higher stats, they start with more habits, right? The more stars your dragons have, the stronger they are. So I think adding this like in addition to all of that, it's not good. I would remove this completely. I also don't think a lot of people buy this. This will just be like lazy players and players who don't mind wasting money, I guess. I would not recommend this. Yeah, and this gives you a really massive resource advantage in the early game, right? If you buy like if I buy this pack, for example, 105k resources, I'm immediately filled up again after doing a major upgrade, right? I mean, to me, this is not good. This is something I don't like about this game, actually. But yeah. The other stuff was actually very good here. The progression to the next season, it went very smoothly. I was actually surprised. The maintenance was short. The team didn't scatter across different factions. The chats are still here. I was able to access reports from previous seasons, right? So really shout outs to the developers for this smooth transition. In Rise to War, it was a disaster every season because I had to remake the team. Yeah, you had teams that existed for 4 years or longer, and the developers never managed to figure out how to translate the team across different seasons. Yeah, I mean this was always very, very annoying. And of course, this might seem like a small thing to non-leaders, but this is something that takes away a lot of time, and you know it was never enjoyable to do this. So in this game, it's much better. Yeah. Also, we did not get split, so I had players from other servers and from other teams who were not in our previous server or in our previous faction join our faction, and it worked perfectly fine. No one got randomly assigned, no one got kicked out of the faction due to population limits. So yeah, it was really good. We can take a look at the team list. All of the players are here now. We have 50 out of 50. We're full. So Holy, for example, Holy and his crew, they were in the southern faction on the last server, right? So there was the possibility that they would have gotten assigned somewhere else, but they didn't, right? Then obviously we have the ORDR players. They stayed together. Avengement was from the south. These guys were from the south, I'm pretty sure. We got, let's see, yeah, Ilithia and Lord of Dragons were in the central faction last season. They also managed to join the south in this one. Lord of Dragons is a big kraken, by the way. Once it's possible to look at reports, in this game, I will definitely look at some of his reports because he has a lot of dragons maximized already with full habits and stuff, so very strong player. Menthol was in the south, and then we had a person from another server, Wrath Ghost, also join us. So, and there's a couple of other people in the faction who showed up, like Mayat, Fester, Sir Darathanos. There's a couple of new players as well. So I think we have a really good mix of like different servers, different factions, you know. So it should be a very good and active season. If we look at the, I don't look at this ranking too much because this is just, I made this suggestion on the Discord already. This isn't really a ranking that makes sense because you can just level up here by dropping the same tiles next to your base and immediately farming them again, right? So this is a senseless event, essentially, in my opinion. A lot of the people I've talked with who have played strategy games in the past agree with this, and you know, they should just make this better. This should be based on total resource production or any metric that makes sense, right? But whatever, that's besides the point. So anyway, so the North has some good players this season. I've heard that Roasted is a pretty big Kraken as well. These two I don't know, but I'm sure we will get to meet them at some point, right? Then we have a lot of Southern peeps here, right? So this is where you can see like our team really, like everyone is trying their best, even if players are not spending a lot of money, right? Like Holy, for example, is basically free to play, I would say, or extremely low spender, right? I think the only thing he bought was the third construction queue, and he's basically number 12 in this ranking, which is pretty good, right? Kamo is doing well, a lot of dragons, like I said. So yeah, a bunch of southern people here. There's a few central as well. Popping up here and there, so this looks like, you know, there are some players who know what they are doing in all of the factions, which is nice. Like I said, of course, a lot of southern players in the top 50, which is what I expect. I think some of us could be doing better still, but everyone is doing stuff, and that's good. It looks like it will be quite an active server and a good season. So let's hope that all of these teams will bring activity in the PvP part as well. Yeah, we're currently I'm number 19, okay. So not bad. We kept the top 20, even though I barely played today. I was at work and I had some other things to do where I cannot use my phone, but I mean, this is not bad. Tart is also a big player from us, but he doesn't like the farming, so. But like I said, I think most of these players, they've maximized like their resources. They're just not dropping and taking tiles. I don't think you can reach this core just by taking new resources, because it takes a lot of time to tile to new tiles, right? And yeah, so like I said, I think this core is senseless, but whatever. Hopefully in future seasons they will adjust some of these metrics to be more meaningful, right? That would be a good idea. But yeah, so we're doing well in the farming as a team. Vega just finished the level 30 warrior mob, very nice. We got some breed marks again. That reminds me, I still have to swap out the blue cores. Here they are. So I am exchanging all of my blue cores because I think blue dragons are useless, right? So I do like a lot of the purple dragons, so I will not do this conversion most likely, at least for now. But I will definitely convert all of my blues every day to the purples. And we are getting closer and closer to maximizing one of the Sivan habits, right? This will be the first one I maximize. We need a few more breed marks and a few more cores. And then we have this at 6%, which is, in my opinion, very, very good, right? Then we will do this one. So this will require another a couple of hundred purple cores. And for the gold ones, I'm pushing the physical damage on Vega first, just because I think it's the safest one to push for now. And then the next one I will likely do is the Dragon's Flare from Caraxes, just because it increases his fire damage, and I plan to use my Caraxes as a damage dealer, right? So this is a good fit for me. There are a couple of other like purple habits you can upgrade, right? Rhysarion has a really good one. I just don't have Rhysarion adult yet. It will come at some point, but not yet. This one is really nice to upgrade just because you improve the heal significantly, right? This one is of course nice to upgrade. This is his main habit, right? And yeah, with Malachite, I mean, I went through this during the tier list, right? But with Malachite, you have a lot of flexibility as well. Brian Murphy just subscribed. Welcome, Brian Murphy. I hope you're doing well. Are you on our server by any chance, or are you just a fellow Dragonfire enjoyer? Yeah, and then his last one is the resistance, right? So I mean, here he also has a very solid habit kit. So most likely, out of the purples, I will focus him next. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, the gold ones. I mean, the gold ones will just take a while. So I've just set these two as my goals. I think that's enough for now. There's not really a reason to stress out about these cores anyway. They come quite naturally, so yeah. Okay, let's finish this Wild Warrior. Level 25. Just make sure you do your resolve sweeps every day, because it gives you a little bit of extra XP for your main army, right? Without using the stamina, which is very nice. So if I sweep a level 30 dragon here, it gives me 12k XP compared to a level 8 tile, which gives me 13k XP. So of course it's less XP than from tiles, but you don't use the stamina, right? So it's just a nice extra bonus. So definitely don't forget about these. Okay, we have a couple more encounters to do. I will be patient and do them with my main army. And here is a level 1 crossing. We can even continue in this area. So this area actually looks very yummy in terms of resources. So this might be my relocation tonight. I will grab this crossing. How far are we away? Is this a level 3? This is a level 1. Okay, so I could go from here. 1, 2, 3, 4 tiles. Where is my... Okay, we are here. Yeah, so I'm not... The other side is actually a lot faster in this case. Even though I have to go through 2 crossings, I think that's fine. So we will go from this area. Okay. Yeah, and then I will relocate somewhere here. Next to this crossing. Where did it go? Here. Here's a good relocation spot. And then here are some very good tiles that I desperately need. So you always have to look for these areas that are like protected by crossings at the start, because behind them there's a lot of resources that are untouched because people can't spawn there, right? So this is obviously very good. And I think this is actually the way down south afterwards. Yeah, so good stuff. I'm already running out of tiles around my base, so this is what I shall do. And like I said, we can grab these crossings, it's not a big deal. I don't think this will be insanely hard, so it should be fine. Alright, let's finish this with Vhagar. So I just need to remember this spot. I will post this, I will copy this tile. We currently have to copy this in I have to save this on a Discord because I cannot make a private chat, right? It would be nice if this game gave us the option to do private chats, because then you can save some coordinates and come back to them later, right? Currently, the only way I can do this is like post it here or here, and that's not necessarily areas where I want to spam individual points that I'm thinking about, right? So, yeah. That's the chat situation in this game still needs some improvement. And I saw some other good recommendation on the Dragonfire Discord, like people want the translator, right? I think that's a good idea. Translator is quite important. And I'm sure they will do it before the global release, right? Currently, I mean, it's only available in a few countries, so I'm not sure like if they need to do this immediately, but once it's globally released, the translator has to be there for sure. And hopefully it's a better translator than the one they had in LOTR, because the one in LOTR was not very good. Okay, we finished these guys as well. Are there any dragons left in this area? There are. Another level 30, very nice. This will be the next one. Honestly, while I am waiting, I will tile with the tiling team. I will start reaching the crossing, I guess. I'm just gonna wait until Vega is back in the base, and then we can proceed this way. Yeah, in terms of the Quar packs, I still did not buy them because I don't think they're very useful. Yeah, like I said, I think these packs I wouldn't recommend them unless you are a Giga Kraken, because at the end of the day, it's much more valuable to unlock the additional habits of dragons first, right? Which requires you to start them up, which requires you to open a few chests. I think that's much more valuable than spending money on these legendary cores here. Of course, it helps you, yeah, but yeah. These will come naturally anyway. The game is not globally released yet. We already have a head start compared to players who will start when it is globally released, right? So I just don't see the need to buy this right now. And the same for the epic rarity cores, of course. As you can see, like, the Sivon is basically almost where I want him to be, right? Like, we have 3 here, we will have 5 here this season, so there's really no need to buy these purple cores. And Vega is also already on 3 of 5, right? So I'd recommend opening the chests for now, especially if you don't have 10-star dragons, right? Which I don't. The roster is solid and I like it, but of course 10-star dragons, that will take a long time. I got a nice pull for Cyrex, by the way. I think I didn't have him adult or her adult yet yesterday. So Cyrex, I got a nice pull, which put it to adult. That was very nice, but I'm not really using Cyrex in my main team, so it's just a nice bonus for the farming, right? Because you get the little heal, the extra active command chance, and more troops and blah blah blah. But yeah, for the main team, this doesn't make such a big difference. I like my main team a lot, and I will stick with these guys for now. The Caraxes, I really want to push him to adult. That's my next goal. That would be very, very nice. It adds a burn, and he will just naturally do a little bit more damage, right? So that will be important. Yeah. Okay. So Vega should be in the base now, hopefully. Always marching so slowly. The chunky lady is marching slowly. Good. Okay, now we can start to tile here, I think. Let's do this. Itsu took a level 9 already. That's pretty nice. Yeah, actually, I wanted to check if there's a player I can remove for Mr. Itsu. Let's see. This person has been offline for more than a day. I think I will remove House of Slay because he hasn't even started the new season yet. So let's get Itsu in. Itsu is already on level 9, so obviously he's playing, right? Yeah, things move fast in this game, especially if you're on our team, so if you do not have time to start or whatever, then you might just have to tag along in one of the fellow faction teams, right? Or faction alliances, as they are called in this game. I think tomorrow we take our first keep, actually. We are on track. We have to take... Let's take a look here. I think it's the one we were right next to anyway. Conquer Golden Grove, yes. Golden Grove, I think it's this one, yeah. So this one we will take tomorrow. I think we can already take it today, to be honest, but I will let players farm today still. And yeah, I mean, the only challenge is the siege, and if everyone brings like 3 siege armies and 1 main army, it should be very easy, right? No biggie. I'm pretty sure we have players who can clean these armies solo already, so I'm at, what am I at? I'm at 13.425k, and these defenders have 9,375, right? So, I mean, we definitely got this quite easily, and I'm nowhere near the strongest player in our DR, so yeah, we'll knock this out tomorrow. 1 keep per day afterwards, standard schedule, right? There's a lot of keeps to take in the south, level 1s, level 2s, and then we will start moving towards level 4s. And we will see how fast the other teams move. It will be interesting to see. So, yeah. That is the plan. Okay. Let's move here. I will just immediately drop these tiles again because, yeah. We don't need to hold them any longer than we have to. Go. Yeah, as you notice, I use multiple armies all the time. This is how you're supposed to play this game. If you just play one army, you're not gonna do well. Very simple. Use multiple armies like in any other strategy game, right? Switch them out in the base. Oh, I see Vizio in the chat. What's up, Vizio? How are you doing, my friend? Did you have a nice wedding? I didn't see any pictures, by the way, so shame on you. It was very nice. That's good. Good to hear, man. So you are enjoying the married life now, huh? Wonderful. I'll send some pics in the Discord. Good. We will look at them. My cat, Elia, is very excited to see them. Yeah, it was a shame. It was a shame that we couldn't attend. I actually really wanted to, but the timing this year just didn't line up, and I've had a very busy few weeks at work and stuff like this. But hopefully, after February or March, it will become a little bit more relaxed again. That would be nice. But first we will enjoy the Christmas holidays, of course. We do have some nice Christmas holiday coming up. No worries, it's a big trip from Europe for all that. Yeah, I mean it is, but yeah, I mean we did something similar before already, so that the trip time was actually your location was much nicer than the other wedding I visited. Or I think it would have been nicer, but yeah, it was just the timing didn't line up this year. But we definitely have to meet at some point. There's actually a good chance that I will be at some conferences in the US next year, so if I am anywhere around you, I will let you know. Yeah. But I'm glad you had a nice wedding. I am glad you had fun. That's what's important. Alright, finally Diamorus is back in the base. We can swap out for Siege now. I can just click on the formation, right? That should work, hopefully. Where's my Siege team here? Yeah, this is also weird. This is a bug I noticed. Why does it go from formation 1 to formation 10? Like, this is incorrect. It should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, right? This is, yeah. But whatever. So this is the Siege team. Okay, let's go to Mr. Thunderstrike. Start sending the Siege here. Yeah, and then we can just clear these armies with Malachite or Vaeldra. It does not matter. Who is closer? Vaeldra is closer, good. My wife's sister lives near Munich, so there's a chance we may be out there within the next 2 years. Oh, that's actually good. Munich is quite close to where I am at. So if you are ever there, let me know. We will hop on the train, or maybe you will hop on the train. I have to tell you, Switzerland is a lot nicer than Germany these days. So, but yeah, that's not far away. Yeah, I actually have a bunch of people I need to visit, but this year was not good. Maybe in the next year we will have a bit more time. Maketa or Elia has settled in Switzerland now, so at least this is done. And yeah, maybe we'll share a beer or two. I had a friend from California visit me a couple of months ago, and he was very, very amazed by Switzerland. There's a lot of things that are different compared to California. So maybe you will have a similar cultural shock. My new brother-in-law is quite annoyed by the state of Germany lately. Yeah, I bet. I bet he is. Maybe I should get another siege army here. Can Shadowsong finish this? I guess not. Yeah, let's just recall Malachite to base and send one more siege army there. Okay, and now we need to wait. We are pretty much out of resources here. How much do these cost? Oh, these are very expensive, yeah. Yeah, I think we just need to chill a bit now. Okay. Good. Yeah, so like I said, we had a good season start. I'm satisfied. The team is doing well. We will see how the participation is tomorrow. Obviously, it's the Christmas season, right? So some people, including myself, will likely play a little bit less than usually. But I mean, the server looks pretty good, so I think there's some fun to be had. And yeah, I will share some PvP reports when I'm back from the holidays, obviously. I will maybe write a few messages in the YouTube community chat function to keep everyone up to date on what is happening on the server. But I'm not recording videos when I'm not at home, obviously. So yeah, I put the tier list out 2 days ago, I think. So if you haven't seen that yet, be sure to check it out. A lot of people have already liked it, so thank you for that. I appreciate it. And yeah, I wish you all a Merry Christmas. I wish you a Happy New Year. And let's hope this game goes global soon and more people start to play it. And yeah, hopefully we can get some developer on here at some point and have a chat, or at least a community person from Warner Bros. See where this game is headed, what the plans are. That would be very nice, but I cannot promise this yet. This is something that I'm trying to make happen, but of course it depends on the developers. So yeah, Merry Christmas to you too, Vizio, and I appreciate you stopping by, even though you're not playing this game as far as I know. And yeah, Merry Christmas to your wife as well, and yeah, happy holidays to everyone. Bye bye.
Try to bring us, but we won't back down. Destroy